Okay, I'm gonna try this again and see if it works better. So once people start joining, maybe you can let me know if this is any better. Okay, so this one is okay. Let me know if it does that again. I'm not super techie, so I don't know how to fix when it lags, but I know my computer fan is going crazy. I hope you guys can't hear that. So it could be just my computer acting up. It's very old, so it doesn't do so well for things like this. Anyways, as I was saying, I will give it a few minutes, let everyone come back and check this one out, and I'm gonna keep getting ready and then we'll start. In the meantime, how is everyone's weekend going so far? Not sure if it's acting up for you guys now. Keep getting an error message on my software, so I'm gonna ignore it for now until you guys tell me otherwise. Okay, well, good to know it seems okay. I guess we'll just keep going and hopefully we're just gonna cross our fingers that it gets better. Or if anyone has any suggestions on how to fix it on my end. As I mentioned, I'm not very techie, so I have no idea what to do to make it better. But like we do with all of our other plan with me's, I'm gonna go through my planner and kind of do a little update, see where we're at with everything, and we'll just go from there. So my reading checklist so far, moved on to the second page recently. I still have not updated my bookshelf, so I need to do that again at some point. And working my way on my book series tracker. I'm always so jealous of the people who can fill both of these pages, because maybe I just don't read enough series, but I just I feel like I never get that far, but for being a quarter of the way through, I feel like I'm in a good place on this page. Got one full quotes page done. This page I do if it was a 4-star or above and I have a quote from it, I will add one in. So I have one done. We have pre-orders page. I finally read one book on my author backlist, so I got to check one off. It's my first one. And then I haven't done anything with this page yet. And this one, because of the size, I do 2 months at a time. So this one I just wrote in pencil until I finish April, and then I'll print both of those at the same time because I don't want to waste paper. So that one. I haven't watched any movies. And currently, last time during the live with me, we were talking about White Lotus, I think. Were we talking about White Lotus, or was that a different one? Anyways, we finally started watching the newest season. We're just 2 episodes in, but I'm really excited to see how that one goes. Seems like everyone's talking about that show right now. And then we have, this is a local book club that I go to, so I keep track of that here. And not very many 5-star reads yet this year. And I have my A to Z challenge. I'm doing pretty good on this one so far. I just added 2 of them this past weekend, or like a couple days ago, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good on this one. And then have my fully booked reading challenge, and like I do with the playlist one, I just write them in pencil until I have enough to print them out. I need 4 in order to make it worthwhile, so I just write them down so I don't forget where they want to go. This one's coming along. I really love it with the covers. I'm glad I did that. I didn't do that last year. It looks so pretty with all the covers. And we have the on the cover. I haven't done the reading rainbow yet. At one point I need to fill this in. Maybe I'll do that the next live with me. Then we have these challenges. I haven't really added anything. We have the 25 books in 2025. I'm doing like fairly decent on this one. I think I need to like put a little bit more effort into it, but so far I'm doing pretty good. I did so bad on this one last year, so I think I'm doing better than I did on that one, so that's something. I'm at 28 books for the year so far, and this year I did like the color is like the background color is the genre, and then I have the format, and that's the first time I've done this, and I really like having both methods. I think it makes it fun. I use the Canon Ivy mini printer, and I really like it. It's my first year owning it, and I use like some of their pre-built collages that's in the app for like the review section, and then for special sizes I will print the files. I like make a file on Photoshop in the correct size and then send it to my phone and print it from there. Then we have the Battle of the Books. I had someone on my Instagram message me and ask me if I could go over this page in my next live, so I was going to kind of briefly explain that just so it's here if the person is watching, or I know just for future reference. But Battle of the Books, you take any 12 books and put them in this first round, and then from there you it's like a March Madness bracket where you kind of like narrow it down until you end up with a winner. So I choose to do like number 1 would be my favorite book from January, and number 2 is my favorite book from February, and so on. You don't have to do it that way. You could pick any 12 books, or you could do like your top 12 books of the whole year. So it's up to you. That's just the way I do it. But so I have my favorite books from January, February, and March, and because I have the first 3 done, I can already move into round 2 on that section. I'm gonna do that now. So basically you take those from those 3 books, you take 1 out, and the other 2 will move forward. So I'm gonna go with Onyx Storm. As choice number 1. And I'm gonna go with First Time Caller for the second one. Although I really liked the 4 Winds, it wasn't quite as good as these 2. And then because I already have those 2, I can actually already go to the next round and choose between Onyx Storm and First Time Caller, which I don't know what one I want to choose. I loved both of them. I think I'm gonna go I don't know. I'm so stuck. I think maybe I'll do First Time Caller. I loved that book a lot. And then, so that's as far as I can go, because the next time a book will compete would be after the next quarter. So this is the way that I do it, and yeah, the books just keep like battling until you end up with just one. So you go from 12 to 8 to 4 to 2 to 1. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, you can choose any 12 books, doesn't really matter. From there, we have page tracker and little reading stats and my genre tally. I know, I thought Onyx Storm would make it to the end, but I really loved First Time Caller. It was just so cute. Romance bingo, I'm doing okay on. I think I need to read some more romance. And I'm doing pretty well on my AFB bingo. I'm close to getting a bingo. Need one more there. And then the last page is my genre Tetris, which I'm having so much fun with. I love this one. I was kind of playing around with whether or not this page should be included in next year's planner, or if we like it as a printable. So let me know your thoughts on that. I have just been having a lot of fun with it this year. I think it's been really fun to see it progress as the year goes. Anyways, we're gonna get to the purpose of this video, which is to do the quarterly check-in, our first one of the year. As you can see, I started a little bit, but just in pencil. Also, yes, thank you. I did paint my office. It looks really dark in this lighting. As I said, it's like really gloomy and moody today. It's a little bit lighter than it looks here. I desperately need to put my art back on the walls, but my little office makeover is coming along, and I'm really happy with it. But we're gonna get started on the quarterly check-in. That's what I'm gonna focus on today. What are you guys working on, if anything, in your planners today? I would love to know if you have done the quarterly check-in, or if you still need to do the quarterly check-in. It'd be fun if we were working on it together. I don't really have much of a plan. Though I also did put a circle here because I'm going to try and do a pie chart for my genre breakdown. So I drew that in. I just used a little like washi tape and traced on the inside to get the circle. Okay, standout reads. I feel like we've already talked about a couple of them. I'm going to put Onyx Storm. I think maybe I'll just list them. I've mentioned this, I think, in every other plan with me, but I have trouble writing and talking at the same time. So if I stop talking, it's because I'm concentrating. And just bear with me because I almost always make a mistake if I do both. Oh, so fun that we're all doing the quarterly check-in together. Okay, so let's do it like at the same time. Like, what are your standout reads for your quarter? I've got quite a few. If I'm looking to the side here, it's because I like have written a couple things down so that I don't forget. But I have Onyx Storm. I'm going to put One Dark Window as well because I really enjoyed that one, and it was our first ever AFB book club book, so I feel like I need to put that one in. One Dark Window. I'm gonna put, I also really liked Here One Moment. I did the audio of that one, and I'm still thinking about that book. And obviously I'm going to put First Time Caller since that was my top book so far. And I'm gonna put The Four Winds, because I just read that one and I feel like I'm gonna think about it a lot. Plus I just love Kristen Hanna. Okay, those are my standout reads. I'm gonna maybe highlight the titles. That way they stand out. All right, let's see what your standout reads were. We've got The Prison Healer. Haven't read that one. Have to look that up. Rhythm of War and The Frozen River. The Frozen River was really good as well, I agree. One Dark Window, The Ballad of Never After, Heartless Hunter. We talked about that one last time, I think. Book of Night, Once Upon a Broken Heart series, Sunrise of the Reaping. Everyone is talking about Sunrise on the Reaping, and I am having the biggest case of FOMO. I think I need to read it. I thought I wasn't going to, but everyone keeps talking about how it's destroyed them, and I want that. So I think I'm going to have to give it a go. Hamlet Queen, A Fate Inked in Blood, and The Fall Risk. I need to read that one still. Loved the Frozen River again. Winter Sister, Fourth Wing. Love Fourth Wing. Emily Wilde trilogy. I saw those too. They were in the, we did like a March Madness bracket in the AFB book club, or not the book club, in the Facebook group, and that, I think one of those books was on it, and I'll have to look into those as well. Sunrise is top book of the quarter. Yeah, I have seen so many people, like my Instagram feed is just like full of people talking about Sunrise and how emotionally devastated they were after reading it. So I'm gonna do it. I think maybe not this month, but maybe next month. Although we'll see what I'm feeling like. Okay, we'll move on to current loves. We've got author. I'm gonna do what I would consider my top 2 books of the quarter so far. So I'm gonna do Rebecca Yarros. I don't know how to say her last name, so sorry. And I'm also gonna put B.K. Borison because she was also a fave. I have the pen. Where did you learn to just have it flow? Well, I'm self-taught, but some tips is you go slow in the beginning, especially when you're learning. Pressure is a big thing, so it's light pressure on the upstrokes of a letter and thick, like harder pressure on the downstrokes. That's going to give you the variation. And after that, it's just honestly a lot of practice to build up the muscle memory of how to write. I recommend writing at like a slight angle to get it. You probably can't tell on my pen, but it's like slanted because of the pressure of doing it. I was actually thinking about doing like maybe a little series here on YouTube of some like tips and tricks of lettering with some like practice sheets that you guys could like print off and do. Let me know if you're interested in that. I've been toying around with that idea lately and think it would be fun. So let me know if there's interest. Okay, character. I'm gonna put Aiden and Lucy from First Time Caller. Although I also feel like I could put like any of the side characters from First Time Caller, because it was just like great characters all around. TV show. This one I had trouble with. I feel like I didn't watch that much like outstanding TV show, but I'm gonna put the limited series Apple Cider Vinegar. I really liked it. I thought it was really well done. What is your top TV show? Of the last quarter, we'll go with. Movie, I'm gonna put none, because I've only watched 3 movies this year so far, and I didn't really love any of them. So if you have any movie suggestions, feel free to send them my way. Music, normally I would just put Taylor Swift, because that's pretty much what I listen to all the time. But I'm going to put, in the last quarter, I have recently been obsessed with Alex Warren's music. He did Ordinary. It's like all over TikTok. Anyways, I've been a bit obsessed lately, so I think I'm going to put him because it's different. Favorite show is The White Lotus right now, followed closely by Yellow Jackets. I feel like I didn't start watching White Lotus until this month, so I feel like I can't count it, but I feel like next quarterly it will probably be my favorite. I need to watch Wicked. I haven't seen that one yet, so that's on my list. And place I visited, I didn't go anywhere in this first quarter of the year, like physically go. I was a giant homebody, and I don't travel a lot in the winter because it's horrible. So I'm gonna put my favorite bookish place I visited, because I can't very well put my couch. But that would be the real answer. So I'm gonna put Navarre from The Fourth Wing World. And along, I think we'll do pink title for this one. Okay, we're gonna do the genre breakdown. Get my trusty protractor. If you would have told me that I, as a 30-something-year-old woman, would be using a protractor, I would have laughed in your face. Math and I do not get along. I don't think that's center. Mine too, so I put a coffee shop. That is a good one. Only place I visited was the hospital to have a baby. Oh, congratulations. That's very exciting. Also, like, good for you for coming to this live after just having a baby. Okay, I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Just spin this around. This is going to be the cutest little pie chart. Okay, it's not perfect, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, most read genre was romance, so if that would surprise anyone. Last year I didn't do the quarterly check-ins at all, and I kind of missed doing them, so I like that we have these plan with me videos to give me an excuse to like actually be accountable to fill them in. So I was like looking back on them. Does anyone have any exciting things going on in April? Anything they're looking forward to or anything? I am going to visit my family in a couple, well, less than 2 weeks now. It'll be the first time I've been back in a while. So I'm excited for that. My mom is having surgery, so I'm going back to be with her, but I'm excited to see everyone else. Are you gonna write the numbers underneath? Yeah, I'm gonna, underneath here, I'm gonna make like a little key with what the colors are and how many of each one I wrote, or read. I'm using the colors that I have like in my key at the beginning of my planner to so that it's like consistent all the way through my whole planner. Let's see, I'm flying to Washington. That's exciting. Friend's wedding. Oh, that's very fun. Going to Ottawa and watch a NHL game. Also exciting. I love Ottawa. Great city. Disneyland. That's very fun. I have never been to Disneyland. Fun fact about me. Birthday month. Oh, 2 birthday months. Happy birthday to both of you. Okay. I'm gonna get pen. I used to do monthly pie charts in my planner to like record all of my little data, which I loved doing, but it became like a little bit too much for me to keep up with, so I like the idea of doing them, at least doing the genres quarterly, and then we have the included pie charts for the end of the year. Okay, I'm gonna get my, see if we can fit, how many colors do we have? 5? And we'll make ourselves a little key. I'm gonna wait to color those in so my markers don't bleed. And we'll just fill it in. What has your most read genre been in the first quarter? Do you guys read like a lot of different genres, or do you find it's just like one or two, or read across the board? I guess it depends how you classify them. I wasn't surprised that romance was my highest, but I was surprised that fantasy was pretty close to it. Fantasy used to be my most read genre. And then in the last like year or two, it's switched. We have mystery and historical fiction are tied. I'm the same. Romance is always, but finding myself in fantasy romance lately. That is why my fantasy is so high. I've been on a little bit of a romantasy streak lately. I haven't read any nonfiction yet this year, but I am currently listening to my first one. So next quarter we'll have a new genre to add. Seems like a lot of people are reading fantasy. There. Cute. I need to do a color for my title. I think we'll do green. Here we go. Okay, reading goal progress. How is everyone doing with the reading goal so far in the first quarter? I think I'm ahead of schedule according to Storygraph. So I have 26 out of 70 books read. Which I am pretty proud of myself for, because I've been reading a lot more than I did last year. to our reading stats. I had a lot of people ask me about like the difference between this like reading goal progress and then the amount read. For me, I do like the reading goal progress is like how many books total. So like as you move on in the quarterly check-ins, like that number is gonna grow. But this amount read is how many I read in that quarter. So that like this month it'll be the same because it's the first quarter, but next quarter those numbers will be different. That's just the way I do it. D6 and number of print. This is different for me this year. Last year I read a lot of like physical books. This year it's my least read category. And last year ebook was my least read category, and now it is my most read category. So I thought that was kind of interesting. We have had 2 rereads because I reread Fourth Wind and Iron Flame, and I have had 0 DNFs. I don't usually DNF books. It's not really, I don't know why, unless it's like, I don't know, like really horrible, but I'm not a big DNFer. I don't know what color I want to do here. We do purple. There we go. So that's one side of the page done. I did total pages read. That is also a really, maybe I'll add that in. I don't know what my total pages read is, but I will add that in after. Because I can't, oh, maybe I can do the calculator on my computer. Let me see. I like that idea. Okay, let's see. We've got 3305 plus 428 plus 4853. Wow, that is a lot of pages. There we go. I like that idea. Thank you for sharing. Seems like everyone is doing really well on their reading goal so far. So that's good. I'm going to switch to the other page now. As I mentioned, I did do some pencil sketches on this one. I always like to do a couple doodles with my memorable moments. Didn't have a whole lot going on the first quarter, so they're kind of random, but I'm actually going to do that last. So I'm going to move on to my goals progress. And for this one, I'm going to keep track of my reading goal progress and how far I am on each one. I thought that would be a fun way to do it. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do it yet. I'll just list them maybe. I used to do my just yearly goals in this, but I didn't really have that many actual goals to keep track of progress, so I thought it would be a better use of my space to do it this way. Some of them I haven't kept track of yet, so I'm not going to include those because I actually don't know how far I am. I didn't realize how many reading challenges I do. Okay. Maybe we'll do orange there. I think maybe I'll do different colors for each one. Okay, A to Z, let's see, I've got 14 out of 27. And fully booked, I have 15 out of 32. And on the cover, 6 out of 16. How's everyone doing on their reading challenges? Do you feel like you're doing good? I feel like I'm doing good on some, but not on others. Like Read Through the Ages, I only have 3. We are only a quarter of the way through, so plenty of time. Here we go. Keep it nice and simple. I'm gonna do books I want to read in the next quarter. When I did the last quarterly check-in, which wasn't last year, it was the year before, I drew little kind of books here and wrote the titles in. I'm gonna do that again because I thought it was really cute. So I'm gonna put, I need 4. And while I do this, you guys can tell me what books you're excited about for the next quarter. Probably help if I could draw a straight line, even using a ruler. actually looked at the read through ages. I have no idea. I'm like that with the rainbow one. I haven't looked at that one yet, so I don't know. 3 left for the read through the ages. That's really good. 8 left for on the cover. 19 for fully booked. That's really good. 10 for on the cover. 5 for the rainbow. Find the on the cover quite hard if you don't read a lot of romance or general fiction. Yeah, I try not to make it like too specific, but I do try and switch the prompts year to year because I don't want to do any repeats. So some years may skew towards certain genres, but I think now, like, there's so many different covers out there. Like, I feel like there's got to be something, but it maybe is a little bit harder to find them. I'm excited to dive into the entire Bone season series. I read the first one of those a long time ago, like when I first joined Bookstagram, like ages ago. But I never finished the series, but I think I want to go back to it, like you're saying, Megan. That is a series I do need to catch up on. I heard that she re-released the first one. Is that correct? So I have to see, like, is it different somehow, or was that just an anniversary edition? I can't remember. I feel like I heard that it was somewhat different. So for my books I want to read in the next quarter, I'm doing like anticipated releases that are coming out in the next quarter. Just because I thought that would be a fun way of doing it. And because I'm such a mood reader, I know I wouldn't plan anything else. She is editing the Bone season on the re-releases. Oh, so they're new. That's fun. Okay. Need some colors. Normally I would do pencil crayons. Sorry, colored pencils. But I don't want to get them out, so we're gonna do marker. One of the books that I have, books that I want to read in the next quarter, is actually the book that I'm starting today, but because it came out in the second quarter, I'm including it because at the time I would have done this, it would have been on the list, but I'm a little bit late into April to be doing this page, so we're just gonna make it work. Yes, it is Ohuhu color marker. These are their like water-based journal markers. I've been using them this year in place of the mild liners that I was using a lot. And I'm just testing these ones out because I got them with like, it's like 100 color set. So there's like a whole bunch of different colors. And so far I really like them. I have learned that you cannot, like, you can only do one single layer of color, otherwise it will bleed. But I love having the different color options, and yeah, they've been really good. I've been using them a lot in my planner this year. Pretty much anytime I'm adding color has been using these, so I really like them. We'll struggle when we get to the edge of the page. Yeah, you have to use the watercolor in the planner. The alcohol-based markers would bleed through in a second. They're not meant for paper like this. They are more of like an art marker. But these are like their journaling markers. So get a little bit more use out of them. If anybody has any ideas of what you'd like to see in the next plan with me, let me know. This one was kind of a no-brainer because we were at the perfect time to do the quarterly check-in page. But if you have anything that you'd like to see or a specific page in the planner you'd like to see, let me know. I think at some point someone had mentioned the coloring page, so we could do that. To figure out how to space out this lettering. It's always the hardest part, is making sure it's gonna fit. I'm gonna put the titles in, and then we'll maybe add some little doodles to make them look more booky. The first book that I'm looking forward to is Say You'll Remember Me, which I'm planning on starting today. I'm very excited about it. It's also the AFB book club book for April. Henry's new book, which I'm also really excited about. And the new Taylor Jenkins Reid book, which I am ecstatic about. And the new V. Schwab book coming out in June, which I'm also very excited about. Go. Now, yes, a new V.E. Schwab. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I'm so excited. Okay, now we've got our little book stack. Need a color for the title. Did we do a blue yet? Yes. Can maybe do like a teal. Here we go. And now I'll just do my little doodles. Let's try and put like something work related that was like really exciting. And I think launching the new Novel Companion Ultra and doing the mystery boxes was kind of the highlight for me. I loved doing the mystery boxes. They were so fun. We're already like coming up with ideas for when we can do them again. And I'm really excited for some new things we have launching in this next upcoming quarter. We just got something in the mail today that will help us, and I'm really excited for them. And then I am getting sample pictures of another new product that's currently in production. I should be getting those tomorrow. So I'm really excited. And then a few days after that, I get sample pictures for a different new product we have coming. And so we have a lot of new things coming for quarter 2, which I'm really excited about. I think they're going to be hopefully exciting for you guys as well. And then after that, it will be time for me to start working on next year's planner. Besides the novel companion 2 and the mystery bags, we also did like a bunch of new vinyl stickers and a bunch of new sticker sheets and some new bookmarks, which was really exciting. But those weren't like as big as the 2 that I did include. It's always fun to try new things. And this year I've been trying to like really challenge myself to like, I don't know, do the things that I've always wanted to do but been like somewhat nervous to do. It's always like tricky to know what people want or whatever, but this year I'm trying to just like go for it and see what happens. I'm curious if there's like a product that you guys have always wanted to see from Little Inklings that we haven't done yet. We did have in our newest, when we just did the new sticker sheets, I had someone message me like, I think it was the beginning of this year, I don't remember the timing, but they had asked if there was a way that I could do, like, we called them micro icons. They're just like really little circles with the like format icons on them. Anyways, I had someone ask me, we like include them in our sticker pads but just with books on them, and they were asking if there was a way that we could have all of the icons, and so we just launched those, and it was really exciting. She like messaged me all excited because we like did her idea or whatever, so then I thought I should ask and see if there's something that you guys would love to see that we haven't done yet. So maybe they'll give us some ideas, things that you want. Obviously not everything would be possible, but you can always let us know if there's something you'd like to see from us. I decided to put that I started my office makeover in my quarterly, or in my memorable moments, even though I didn't finish it. I did a lot of it in the first quarter. How hard is it to make your own pen set? Listen, I would love to have my own line of pens, but we have been looking for a manufacturer to do it for like so long, and I'm really particular about pens, and so far I haven't been able to find someone that can do what I want, but it would be my dream to come out with my own pens. But also I think that there's already, like, my favorite pens are already out there, and exist, and so it would be hard for me to like compete with them. But I've been asked about pens before. That is something that people have said that they would be interested in. I feel like people have so many different opinions about pens and preferences. It would be really hard to like narrow down. I would love the pastel minis from the Romance sticker pad. Which mini? Oh, like the ones with the hearts? Potentially. That would be something we could consider. I would love to do another new sticker pad as well. Problem is having enough time to like do all of these ideas. Book sleeves would be, that's a good idea too. I feel like I need to be writing these down. I'm excited about the new started finished. They're my most used. I love the new started finished too. I got the idea actually from the Romance sticker pad. Let me just show you. So in the Romance reader sticker pad, this is the started finished in there. And previously we'd only ever done like the background of the sticker was white, and then we would either have like different colored fonts or different styles of fonts. But when I did this one, I adored having the background the color instead of the text. I thought it made it pop more in the planner, so we just came out with new ones that are different colors than this. We did like a rainbow one and then a neutrals one, and I'm obsessed with them. I love them. Would you ever consider doing full sheets of started and full sheets of finished separately? I have been asked that before. My issue with doing that is for the people that like don't heavily DNF, I would be worried that they would feel like it was a bit of a money grab to have one sheet of started and one sheet of finished. And I would just like worry about how that would come across, whereas having like the started finished on the same sheet, you get like what you need in one sticker sheet. I don't know if I'm explaining that properly, but I think I would get some pushback on if I did them separately. So, but if enough people wanted them, we could do that. The issue is that I have to order my sticker sheets in a very large quantities, so I can't do like, it's really hard to know what would sell to the like most number of people and be something that a lot of people would want rather than just like a few people, because of how many I have to order at one time. So I have to like make it make sense logistically, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm not communicating properly, but hopefully you get the gist of what I'm saying. But yeah, this is what I'm saying, like adding them to my current collection, just with how many I would have to order, like logistically, it just wouldn't, I don't know if I could justify having both in my collection because of the cost. DNF stickers, I had thought about that. I'm just not sure. I wasn't sure if people like liked to keep track of that, or like how they would want to keep track of, because I don't DNF really, so it's not something I do, but it's something I'd be interested to get some feedback on for sure. And again, I need to see if there was enough interest to justify the quantity, but I could always do like a test and see how they go. I do think that the like sleeves for the planner could be fun. What are some features that you would like on the sleeves? Have to see if I can find someone. It's always difficult too, because like we'll be talking about this now, but when it comes to like manufacturing, these things take a really long time, especially if you're creating a product like from scratch. So we may be talking about it now, but it might not come to be for a while. I did think about doing a fantasy sticker book. I just wasn't sure how different I could make it. And then inevitably every time I do like fantasy and romance, then I always get people asking for like other genres as well, and I'm not as familiar with them, so it's a little bit more tricky for me, but I think a fantasy one could be really fun if I could figure out a way to make it like a cohesive sticker pad. I did just finish designing a like fantasy reader bookmark that will be coming soonish that I'm excited about. I have if you're familiar with our bookmarks, we have like the ticket stub bookmarks, and we have a spicy one, and then we have like a stay-at-home reader one and a nocturnal one, and we have a romance one, and I thought that we were missing the fantasy one, so I just did one of those, so it's currently in production. I thought it might be fun to do like genre washi tape. So that could be something to consider as well. I always like having like little themes for things. Pocket for pens and maybe a zipper close. Okay. This is good information to have. I like the idea of a spot to put pens. I am also a sucker for washi tape. I have like a whole collection of them. And I figure I did like all the seasons and I've done a couple like holidays, so I feel like I need to do a genre one. I feel like that would be cute. How are you guys all doing on your planner workings today? Feel like you've gotten a lot done, or I didn't have any plans other than getting the quarterly check-in done, so we're getting there. I feel like this highlighter is running out of ink. Anyone have anything exciting happening at the rest of the day after this? I plan on making myself a tea and getting my book out and snuggling on the couch with Eddie in this very gloomy day. I feel like today is the perfect day to sit on the couch and read. See, more gardening, Lego Fortnite with a friend, final episode of White Lotus, trying to read a little bit, laundry. I need to do laundry too. Ugh. Laundry is my least favorite adult task to do. I hate it. It seems like everyone likes doing laundry. I don't like mind doing dishes, but I will admit I don't have to do them that regularly because Scott and I have like a deal. Whoever cooks, the other person does the dishes. And I cook a lot, so I rarely have to do the dishes. So I feel like that may be skewing why I hate laundry. Although typically I'll like fold laundry while I'm like watching a show or something, so it's not as bad. I agree. When with the dishes and laundry, you're never done. Like, I just feel like it's just always. Yeah, I think maybe that's why I don't like laundries, because I just feel like the second you finish, you're not actually finished. We are almost done. The quarterly check-in. And I think this is turning out super cute. Just need one more color to do here. Anyone have a color suggestion for what I should highlight memorable moments as? Or like maybe another green? Like a darker green maybe? Here we go. There we have it. All done, and I think it's pretty cute. Glad that I was able to get this done today, and it's always fun when we get to do it together. I think now is probably like as good as any to start wrapping it up, unless there's anything that you guys want to see in my planner, anything I can show you or you'd like me to go back on, just let me know. Going back to the dishes conversation, made a bet with my partner when we were in Korea in 2019 as we were prepping his green card to move to the US. Whoever loses has to do dishes until we move. I lost and had to do them until 2022. That's brutal. Like, so bad. I would despise that. Okay, well, I think we will wrap it up here, and thank you so much for hanging out with me while I did my quarterly check-in. I had a lot of fun doing it and chatting about all our favorites of the last quarter and things we're looking forward to in the next quarter. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm very happy that you were here, and yeah, we'll do this again probably sometime early May. We'll do another one, and I'm not sure what we'll do yet, but we've got a month to figure that out. But I'm really glad that we've been keeping these going for the last couple of months, and I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. So yeah, thanks so much, and I will see you the next time. Bye.